So I've got a whole stack now of the final wedge helmets to go out. However, as always, we're missing a couple of components. One of them, I can remedy that today. And the second one is a piece of rubber trim that I need to bring in. Which I'm expecting any time now. So as long as my bit's done before, usually the way it works out is just before the rubber trim arrives, then we're good to go. So I'm going to be forming the missing visors that I need to finish those wedge helmets. So one of the issues with this visor, which is why we're kind of a little bit behind on it, well, not behind, but the reason why they're sat over there without any visors is because we used to have a smaller machine to do this, and then when we lost that in the fire and we got this bigger machine, we used to put other things on with it. But now I haven't got any of those. We used to put Y-wing visors on it, but I don't want to put any of those on because that would be pointless. So what I've needed to do is create some more books. So instead of doing one at a time, I can do 4 at a time. And this is how we create a very fast mold to reproduce the vac forming book. So replicating the original book that we had is pretty straightforward on this. Anyone can make a mold, okay? Making a mold is easy. Now, the trick is making a production mold. And that's going to be a mold that is going to service what you need, give you good results, and do it all quickly. Which means the thing that you're pulling out of the mold is nice and clean and is as in close a finished state as possible. That's the key to it. That's the production mold. Any other mold, you can pull some out of it and you can spend as long as you want tidying it up, and every piece will be perfect. But that's not practical when you're doing it. Making a production mold is the key to producing something cleanly, efficiently, and that's where our cost is. Not necessarily in the materials, it's in the time it takes to create and build and finish the piece. So if somebody's doing it in their garage, they can make a pretty poor mold and they'll get away with it because they can spend hours cleaning that piece up. We don't have the luxury of that. We have to make a good, reliable mold that's quick to turn around, and that's how we make our molds here. With the exception of this mold, because this is almost a waste mold. I've got one of these books. I need 4 of these books so that I can fill up the bed on the vac former and get the best yield I can out of the plastic. So I'm just going to make, now I'm not going to say it's a pour mould because it's a nice mould, but it's not a production mould as we would usually make. Here we can see we're claying up the piece, we're just creating the thickness of the wall that we want our rubber to be. Clay it up, smooth it all out. Here we're effectively sculpting the rubber section. Then we're going to go over that, create a fiberglass jacket. Again, quick and easy. Remove the clay from the inside, upturn it, fill the void with the silicone, and bingo, there is our waste mould to create a new buck for the X-Wing visor. And that's going to speed up my process today with vac forming, and anything that makes the manual work faster is saving money. That's the visors vac formed, ready to go into these helmets and finish off these helmets. Then these will be shipping. We have to colour the visors because you may have noticed that we pull them in clear. That's going to take a couple of days, so these are probably going to be shipping around this time next week, maybe a little bit sooner. I know that the dyeing process on the visor does take a little bit of time, but they'll probably start to trickle out midweek next week, and that will complete this Hyperdrive exclusive run. We have been talking to Christian about the next exclusive for later on in this year, and we've got something very special firmed up, so do stay tuned for that. Don't want to say too much because it's going to be a Hyperdrive run thing, but this one is from last December and it's taken us till now to complete it, which is way too long. So why was that? Well, Black Friday was a big popular event for us last year. It ate about 3 or 4 months of the year up, and we have had people asking about Black Friday already, and if we're going to do anything, it's going to be on a way smaller scale because we're 4 months behind where this needed to be, if not longer, to be fair. This should have been probably 8 months ago. This should have been out and finished. So Black Friday is causing us problems because of the demand, so it's going to be scaled back a lot. So all those people asking about Black Friday, if anything's going to happen, it's going to be on a very small scale because we don't want this to happen. We've got an awful lot that we're working on right now that's already, the wheels are already turning on that, and we still got the Boba Fett stuff that I want to finish off. They're over there, there's a chunk of them over there, and that's going on, plus some full builds as well. So there's a lot going on, and Black Friday is just going to knock everything back. So yeah, we'll see. So that is where this run is up to. I don't know if Clarky wants to just have a quick nose around, throw a bit of B-roll in at the end just to show some of the nice things that are going on in the studio. But that is probably it from me for this week. Thanks for watching. And more on mould making and future runs coming up in the near future. I think that's about all I've got. Do you need anything else from me, Clarky? Have I missed anything?
If they want to get in on the Hyperdrive, they're going to have to join the Hyperdrive.
Oh yeah. Jump on Facebook, check out the Hyperdrive, a SW group, and it's a Star Wars group. And yeah, if you're not already a member, you probably already are a member. So, well, let's give them the lip service because it's a great group, great bunch of guys on there, and you should, if you're not already a member, you really should be. So do check that out. And that is it for this time. I think I've definitely mentioned everything this time. So until next time, stay on target.